From being named one of the most beautiful faces in the world to being dragged through the mud during perhaps the most infamous trial ever, Amber Heard has finally had enough. I mean, she took it when it was only directed at her, but now people have been coming at her daughter. You heard it right. Amber Heard's 2-year-old daughter is getting death threats. To get the full picture, let's go back in time. We're at the stage where it seems like the entire world appears to be hating on her. The court proceedings resulted in a ton of memes and hostile jokes, which ended up trivializing a super sensitive subject.
It was impossible to do that privately, so you could just hope it was a matter of time.
You knew they were going to be there, didn't you?
No, I did not.
It appears as if Heard has lost the trial long before the verdict actually came out. But what's troubling is that anything and everything she said was turned into a joke and ridiculed, even her testimony about sexual assault.
I am testifying about sexual assault and domestic violence.
Yep. Does anyone remember Depp stans making quirky TikToks out of Heard's testimonies? So yeah, to say that Amber Heard had it bad would be the understatement of perhaps the century.
Throw glass or turn over a table. Then he would hit the wall, and then he'd hit the wall really close to my head.
The same social media that cancels a celebrity for the silliest of things turned out to be the biggest supporter of misogyny. She said that she was harassed, threatened, and humiliated daily.
I am harassed, humiliated, threatened every single day.
And that people want to kill her and aren't afraid to say so.
People want to kill me, and they tell me so every day.
If you thought that was traumatizing, wait till you hear the rest. The actress claimed that people wanted to kill her daughter too. She explained how people have said that they want to put her baby in the microwave. Heard's daughter, Una Page Heard, was 1 at that time.
People want to put my baby in the microwave, and they tell me that.
Speaking of Una though, what exactly does the world know about her? Amber Heard's daughter, Una Page Heard, was born in 2021 on April 8th. Born among perhaps the toughest time for the actress, Heard chose a beautiful name for her daughter. Una means pure and holy and is a Scottish word. I love it. Page was Heard's mother's name, who passed away in 2020 at the age of 63. The year, despite being overwhelming as heck for the actress, also turned out to be one of her best. On her first birthday, she shared a picture of both of them along with wishing the baby her first birthday, and also called it the greatest year. Damn, trust this woman to look at the silver lining of a thunderstorm. What's interesting is that the 36-year-old decided to have a child years ago. Unfortunately, she couldn't carry the child herself owing to a medical diagnosis, but took the help of a surrogate. The identity of the father's been kept secret all of these years. But when has that ever stopped the internet or people from speculating? If rumors are to be believed, the father is none other than Tesla owner Elon Musk.
Yes. Right. Yes, that is the reason.
Yep, the two dated between 2016 and 2018. But is this only gossip, or is there any truth to these claims? As of yet, there is no confirmation about who the father is. Not from Amber or Elon. Over the years, Heard has only shown resilience and pride in being a sole guardian.
Independent, comes from a good family. She's intelligent, but she's also educated, formally educated.
I mean, the actress even went on record to say that she wishes the time would come when people could have babies outside of a relationship. And amen to that. But getting back on track, Amber Heard's sister's friend, Jennifer Howell, has said that the father is in fact the Tesla owner. And hear this, he even tried to get guardianship rights. The woman also claims that Amber has said the man was abusive and controlling, and that she was in a legal battle with him over the rights to embryos that they had created together.
He can't sit still. So no matter what, if he will push, prod, nudge, shove you, anything to get your attention.
I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but even that sounds like a stretch. The 36-year-old actor tried to keep her daughter and herself out of the public eye as much as she could. Although given the nature of her job and the intrusive paparazzi culture, it's becoming more of a challenge. Oh, and things weren't gonna get better either. In fact, Heard's need for privacy became such a high priority that she had to move her entire life.
That's a yes, right?
I would try everything to stop the cycle. It was that important to me.
Soon after what seemed like the longest and most aired trial in the history of trials ended, the actress flew to destinations far away. No one really knew where Heard had originally gone. And the next thing you know, the woman was living in Spain. She's living with friends and enjoying the normal life that the residents enjoy. Paparazzi have of course found her, and one day or another, we have seen pictures of her out and about with her daughter as she hits the beach. But overall, the vibe of Heard's life is pretty chill, away from the bustle of La La Land. She's living in the village of Costitx in Mallorca, to be exact, and enjoying anonymity as much as possible. That said, as much as one wants to. Moving on from something like what happened last year isn't a piece of cake. A trial that reached a peak of 83.9 million hours watched has got to create an international sensation, right?
The monster was not the guy who needed space. The
Not
monster
for
was
doing
who he
drugs.
was when he came back.
Despite her best attempts at blending in, the Daily Mail reported that the locals do in fact recognize her, but the people appear to be decent, so let her be. What about the death threats though? I mean, were they warranted? Honestly, if last year's trial has taught me anything, it's to be vigilant about Depp's supporters.
Get out of traffic. You're gonna get hit. Get out of traffic.
Johnny, what do you think? Johnny, House Camille.
I mean, talk about a walking red flag. The hatred that the cult showed was truly unmatched. I mean, I have talked about women fantasizing about the sexual abuse Heard faced earlier, but trivializing very serious testimonies. A person is crying on television, and people only cared about the alleged wrongful accusation of their favorite fictional pirate. That's some messed up stuff if there ever was any.
Painful and most humiliating thing I've ever had to go through.
What's more, when you consider that Una was only 1 year old when the trial blew up, for people to come after a literal baby, can we really blame Heard for moving to another country and living a quiet life? I, for one, cannot stop imagining the secondhand trauma the child would have to deal with when she grows up. First, she's got the entire narrative about her mother to deal with, and then navigate her own death threats despite being the only one completely innocent in all of this. With all of this in consideration, I don't think Heard did any harm by lashing out. I mean, it's expected of all parents to be fiercely protective of their children, and that's exactly what she did and is doing. This also begs the question about the toxicity of Stanine culture. Speaking of, whatever happened to the people who claim that Amber's accusations had ruined Depp's career? In case you've been living under a rock or are genuinely uninterested in his ongoings, Depp's new French movie will open the Cannes Film Festival this year. Jeanne du Barry is his first piece of work after the trial and a 3-year-long hiatus. It's a live-action film that will open next month in France. A lot of Heard fans have been vocal that the actress's career got completely ruined, whereas Depp's career is slowly once again reviving. Well, honestly, I've got to hand it to Heard stans for this. She did get the worst treatment in the entire debacle. However, it was announced by the end of last year that Heard would not be kicked off Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and I'm here for it. The Aquaman sequel is the only movie that seems to be on the horizon for the actress.
And I fought to stay in it, and they kept me in it. I just don't know how much I'm in, actually, of the final cut.
And there you have it, the reason why Amber Heard lashed out.